soon as my stream health gets pretty good there, we'll start rocking this here. We got about under a minute really until the old 8 o'clock hour. But figure I'd come on for 30 minutes like we always do every Friday. Go show you guys a few things. I have three pieces of mail. I won't have any mail really next week. It'll be mostly a lot of inventory coming in, hopefully. We got Gypsy Queen. We got one box NT football. I want to say two Prism draft picks football hobby box. That's if they all come out and people, because PSA was shut down originally, then they reopened. Now they're shut down again by Orange County. Oh, I see things popping on my screen. But yeah. So I figured I'd come on tonight. Let y'all know first off, the store has been restocked to the best of my capabilities. Thank you all, really. Thank you for going in there. I mean, there was sitting like over 300 cards and it went down to about a buck 20. I got back up to around 200 and it's down to about 150 in there right now. So I'm going to go through a lot of stuff this weekend. I'll be posting on there. Just take a chance, go on there and see, if there's anything new, if you're still looking for stuff. The code, the automatic store discount code is good till Sunday at 11. I think I have at 11 like 59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everything that was purchased from 11 a.m. today forward is already shipped. You should have tracking. I am dumping, or I should say dumping it off. I'm dropping it off tomorrow morning. I know a lot of people are starting to get the shelter in places for cities and stuff, so I want to get everything I can possibly out because we just finally had, after all this time, our first one in the area pop in an elementary school today. Feel bad for the little kid. I mean, I don't know, probably what, 8 to 12 years old, somewhere around there. But I think it'll start getting a little more drastic down in my area. But I will continue mailing next day. If anything would come up, I will let you know immediately. And if you end up wanting to get something and you're considered sheltered in place and don't want me to ship because you're afraid it's going to be held up somewhere, just send me an email. I have two people do that already, extremecardbreaks@gmail.com. And just say, hey, I just purchased an order. Now, if your email doesn't have like your name in it, just put your first and last name at the end so I know who you are. And I have no problem holding orders. Hey, good evening, AJ. Until your area is cleared and you're no longer sheltered in place and can receive mail. So I have no issue holding it until then, because honestly, if it happens to me, I'm gonna have to have whatever I get is purchased held. But it's now my area is like green, good to go, minus like the public gatherings and all that. But I will drop off everything that was purchased from, like I said, 11 a.m. today and probably until when I get up about 7 in the morning because I want to hurry up and get there. The funny part is I had 150 bubble envelopes and I did it different days, 50 each day, ordered through Amazon Business. A lot cheaper. Well, normally when you order on a Tuesday, it's here on a Thursday. All my stuff is pushed from Sunday and later, so I may have to do the dirty and actually go to like Staples real quick in and out tomorrow. I think I'm down to about 12 bubble mailers left. We got a break yet, but they do say one's going to be delivered on Sunday, so we'll see. I don't think the post office delivers on Sundays. I could be wrong. Maybe they do for Amazon, but we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much my coronavirus update for the day. For just what's going on. But I was starting to think ahead that, and I didn't really even think about this. If somebody bought something and, you're in like the LA, New York, San Francisco, San Diego, I forget all the other places, and I guess Pennsylvania's about to get hit next. If you buy something, you're like, oh man, please don't send it yet. I won't send it. I'll hold it until you say, hey, my area is good, clear, go ahead, mail, is resuming. I got no issue with it. I used to do it for a lot of guys when I was breaking that were deployed. And this is no joke. I had three guys that they had so many cards here. I mean, of course, they drove down here, picked them all up because they wanted to, but that was on them. But yeah, I have no problem if anybody buys stuff in the store. You're sheltered in place. You're afraid with your mail and all that to hold it till you say go. if you see some cards you want and you're afraid they're not going to be there. But yeah, I think it was something. I don't even know. It's a large number. I want to say it was like 180 cards sold in the store in the last 48 to 72 hours. So again, I do appreciate it. We're going to put it all back into the giveaways and everything. But let's go on. I'm looking at my screen. It's just like going nuts on me on the other side here. So we hit 2,000 subs, and it would have been yesterday. There's a video talking briefly about it. What you see on your screen there is a Mickey Mantle autograph. I call it a postcard, but I don't know what it is. It's like a little shit back, kind of like a bigger than a postcard. I don't know, something like that. But it's autographed. I have the PSA DNA letter. It's official. I showed in another video. It even has a picture of that on there. We're gonna be giving that away next week. I was gonna run them both with the jersey net, but I think I thought more about it and I want to separate it because I don't want to mix together. So jersey will run through Sunday, and then look at sometime next week. I'll release a 2,000 sub giveaway, and it'll be for this mantle. You'll get the certificate with it and everything, and we'll just keep climbing and keep working for some new bigger numbers for subscribers, and we'll give more stuff away. And you're more than welcome to tag me in any of your Instagram, Twitter stuff, stuff you get. I'm always happy to see stuff like that. I really am. Trying to think. Well, that's pretty much it for those two things. The store's been restocked. 2K sub giveaway. Like I said, something different. I mean, it's a Mickey Mantle auto. I mean, I know there's probably a good amount. I don't want to say a whole lot out there, but still to own one, pretty cool. And then I got the pug who wants to act a fool after all day sleeping in here. So I did get 3 pieces of mail in. I'm going to keep the people's names away. They all are encased, so I don't need to wear any kind of gloves or anything, thankfully. Plus, I need to see what gloves we got here because we don't know how long that's going to be going without it. All of these were some wins that I had recently. I'll make sure nobody's name's on. So first thing up, 2019 Allen Ginter, Fernando Tatis Jr. rookie cards, a PSA 10. And see, people don't understand. You can't. They put them in these Beckett. These are made for Beckett. They're big. Okay. I'm going to show you guys. There's special ones made for PSAs. That's what they're called right there. I've only been able to find these on Amazon. They're a little pricey, but I mean, there's like 100 in a bag. I mean, to have 100. Hey, what's up, Brian? You get 100 of these filled. I mean, that's a lot of submissions you're doing, but they fit so much better, nice and tight. So if you're going to be grading PSA, I'd say go buy a pack of these for whatever they cost. Hopefully you got like the free prime on there because it just makes the cards look so much better and less rattled. I mean, the other ones are nice, tight fit for BGS. And I'll show you this right here. Let me just get the back of it zipped up. Look how nice and tight that looks with the sleeve onto it. Couple dollars. It's all about appearance whenever you start doing shows and stuff. I mean, you start looking like a rag bag, nobody comes by. All right, where'd that little box cutter go? Something that one up last. Who's this one? Okay. This here's another. I won all these. I want to say probably it wasn't much, to be honest. Oop. Let me see how he has this in here. Tape the top. Yeah. Now he is an experienced guy with vintage, so I would expect it. His stuff's tight too, and it is. Nope, that's the first time. Let me replace it because these just get to me each time. Ever since I found out they made these specifically for PSA, I've become like the Nazi on bag and stuff. As you guys see, I team bag every top loader. I just think it's better fit. You're not, whenever you're having people go through, they're not sliding all over the place to where, the cases get scratched up. There's no size for Saver on this. It's the brand. It's the only people I know that make it. And it took me forever to actually figure out where and how it was. And finally, I broke down and asked somebody, and they sent me a picture, and it was this here. It's called LATCG Tall Team Bags. And you see they're for, one touch magnetic, but you can use the regular one touches for those, but PSA graded card. But yeah, they sell these on Amazon. But it comes direct also from the person. It's not like from Amazon warehouse. Oh, whoa. This is going every which way here. Actually, my address is everywhere anyhow. Alright, but the other guys was too. I don't know why he had it on both sides. So I hit this. It took like 2 weeks to get here. Big mix up, not with me. And debating on what to do with this stuff. It was like a mixed grab bag type deal I won. And yeah, let's see where I can pull these at here. Trying not to cut anything. Let me use my finger. I'll just do the old rip down. But he was saying that all his stuff was really good hits. I mean, basically it was $100 a pack. I'll tell you that now. I don't know. To me, I think I had the best pack of them all. He was saying other ones are better, but to get this was the only one with a graded card. So inside, this cost me $10. I'll tell you, for $100 grab bag I won. Miguel Andahar, and this is the Topps Chrome Purple. This will go in a store, just so you guys know. It's out of $2.99. Then we got Anthony Siegler, and this is Panini Contenders out of 99 autograph. Its theme is all Yankees. Oh, I would just sleeve it in a regular top loader or work on it. They actually make these too, and I would use this for Jordan. Ultra Pro makes these. It's a vintage card holder. What it is, they're a little bit wider, and I'll show you. So this one. This is a regular top loader in my hand here. Left hand is a regular. This is the, as you can see, they're just a little bit taller, which is probably going to be hard to tell unless I go like that. Maybe, I don't know. But just a little bit taller. And I would use this over it, but just because it's a little bit bigger. That's just me. Next one was a DJ LeMahieu. And this is an autograph from Topps this year, 35th anniversary one. Oh, you're talking about these card savers. I don't use card saver. I use BCW supplies. And this one is their SR1. I don't think I have anything in one. It's close to me. Wait, this is down here. I do. So that's the BCW card saver. I know what you're talking about now. I use these for when I ship and grade. But it's SR1s. But yeah, I think Ultra Pro makes the card saver itself that you're talking about. But yeah, BCW SR1, kind of hard to see it on top there. Probably won't even read it just because of the way it is. Oh, no problem, no problem. I was thinking other thing in my head. Last thing in the package is this. This is a 2000. Well, I can't read the screen. 2006 Topps Allen and Ginter. It's the mini relic that they came out with. It was encased in these things. Well, inside the picture frame. And it's kind of unique. They weren't numbered that year, of course. And it's graded 9.5. Did have a surface of a 9, but anything with that clear acetate cover on, good luck. But it's a really cool looking piece for Mickey Mantle. So I kind of lucked out when I did get that. Really nice piece. And of course, I don't have a forced stand up here. I thought I did for some reason. I blame the pug for it. But I may try to stick something like this in the store. I usually sell all my graded stuff on my slabs, but the mini cart inside here, it's inside of the frame thing. So it is crooked like that. I just don't. I'm not one of the people who are going to sit there and try to bump this around to get into place because it's already encased by Beckett. But it's a really cool piece. I've only seen one that was graded like this and sold. And it was like I think $100 or something like that. So I mean, reality, with all the stuff that he gave her, like 4 cards. I mean, eh. This here though was probably the best one. There was like a Pete Alonso Topps Chrome rookie, but without it being graded, that thing could be scratched up, dinged up, and all that. So I might end up putting this in a store, just to see if somebody's interested into it. We'll see. I might put that in a Tatis into it. I know Luis Gobert, or I'm sorry, Gobert. Wow, I was thinking the dude from the Jazz, Luis Robert. That's like a $90 card, roughly, I think, still. So yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, when I see what the other ones were, I was glad to hit this. I mean, the Alonzo was probably the next best one, but the other ones just didn't really have anything into it. So I'm glad I picked the right pack too. But yeah, it took like I won it on a Saturday. The following Thursday, I reached out like, "Hey man, where's tracking X? You're supposed to in these rooms like ship within 48 hours and provide the person with tracking." He's like, "1 second." Well, night goes by, and I'm like, maybe he got busy. Waited next morning, hit him back, and I was like, "Hey, any word on the tracking?" He gives me this big long story he put in the wrong pile, and I was like, "Oh, here we go, my first one ever in 3 years." And they put it in a pile for non-payers. I'm like, "Man, you got non-payers?" I'm like, "That's just wrong right off the bat." But hey, to each their own how they do it. So he's like, "Yeah, I'll get this sent out Saturday." And this is on a Thursday morning. And I'm like, "Wow, man, can't even drop it off Friday?" Like, whatever. So Saturday comes, and he told me to get it with you by 2 p.m. At 5, I hit him back. And he's like, "Yeah, I dropped it off." Like, he goes, "I'll get you a copy of it." It took me the whole way to put you this way to Sunday to get a copy of it. And then, because of the ink on it or something, nobody scanned it in. So I didn't even get it scanned into it, got to me because I had to hit him up twice more. I'm like, "Dude, it's not scanned in anywhere. Rest of my packages are." I'm like, "Don't help me. Like, if you're going to sell, you need to, be a little more proactive than you were." But he won't get a dime out of me anymore. Just one of those things. But yeah, hopefully everybody's doing pretty good. Like I said, I did try to restock the store best I could. There's about 150 cards in there now. A lot of different stuff. So if you were in there like in the past like 2 or 3 days, a lot sold. I put more in than it sold. I'm going to try to get more in there for everybody. Well, I will. Let me rephrase. I am going to put more in this weekend. No, and that's very, very true there, Charles. To be honest, they don't. I can't tell you. And I don't like every time I do this. I'm afraid I'm gonna jinx myself, so I'm gonna knock on some wood now, but without the dog barking. But only one time I had somebody's package messed up, and it looked like it got ate up in the feeders, and it was a nice package, and it was pretty thick. So after that, when I started looking, if people's packages were like just too thick to where I was scared, even because I tape edges, sides, all kind of stuff. I will send it to you in a box. And I'll tell you it's coming in a box to be prepared. They might leave it on your porch unless you want signature confirmation. And most people I know don't. So if they do, they'll tell me I'll pay the $2 for it. It just gives us all peace in our own mind. But I've seen so many people like that, you know, if I was a new collector, I would have been turned off by it. And I wouldn't want to deal with the Facebook groups. And I mean, there's some big Facebook groups, not only big by numbers, but I mean with the people in there. Like they're very active in what they call razzing, and there's course of days where you're seeing 10, 20, $30,000 go through there like nothing, all by like 20, 30 people. maybe more. Stuff fills, alls, all kind of stuff in there. But I float around trying to go in other people's rooms and stuff just to watch what's going on. I get the invites and stuff, and I look, and if I don't get a good vibe by the way it's been handled, I just go away. I try to stick with people that I've known or at least I've heard from since I started. Very, very true. The ship times are really poor. People will take a week to ship. I had this issue before on a site where I would win a card on a Saturday, and there was two or three guys. I know at least two on top of my head that wouldn't ship it till the next Saturday. And the rules are 48 business hours. So that means if you want on Saturday, by Tuesday it should go out. There's no excuses. So, and packaging's another one. I mean, I got it if you're brand new and it's the first couple of times you're sending. I'm not too harsh onto somebody. I just tell them, hey, this is what I would do if I were you, and give them some, supplies, or take a picture of some supplies so they understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, descriptions. That's why a lot of times on eBay, you won't. If I put something up, or it's either because I just pulled it and it's a thick card, and we all know thick cards are horrible grading, and I'll put it on there. If it's in a one touch and it has any bit of wiggle room, I will mail them the one touch and I will put it into a top loader, and of course the cardboard's around it and everything. I should have just been showed you how I package up some of my stuff. You guys would have been like, "Wow, I'm really particular into it just from the years of watching." Like, say you do a break of Allen and Ginter with me, I used to put them in these big, thick plastic containers. Well, because prices went up, I was like, well, I don't want to overcharge people now. So what I did is I have 300 count boxes. So I will team bag stacks, put them in the box, and mail them out with, just so they're a little bit of waterproof. There's bubble wrap. People laugh at my bubble wrap. The people that I don't want to say it sounds mean, but there's a couple guys I like to joke around with because they'll come in there and everybody like, oh man, isn't he annoying? I'm like, no, it's just the way we are. But I will put peanuts in there, like the shipping peanuts, not like peanuts you eat. That's the worst thing. And I know when I get a package from one of them, it's gonna have peanuts in. I gotta watch all the dog and the cats. So they don't get into it. But yeah, you are 100% correct. Shipping, I just think the overall quality of somebody being, providing a service or goods is really diminished too. I mean, there's so many times where I've gotten stuff in the mail and like it's a Bowman Chrome card and I can look at it and I know it's going to come back below an 8 because there's just stuff onto it. I try to look at the cards at least to make sure there's nothing major onto it. To me, if I'm going to sell a raw card, it better come back a 9. Overall grade 9 because that's pretty much your raw card. You might get a couple bucks more in a raw just because it's graded, but everybody has their own difference in beliefs on the gradings and stuff like that. That's just mine. But yeah, hey, there's a giveaway too right now. So if you guys haven't hit the giveaway up, go in the description. It'll say like latest YouTube's subscriber giveaway, I believe, or something. There's a link there. It's actually like the video, but it will be before this. If you pull up the page, giving away Sam Darnold autographed jersey, quarterback for the Jets. It's Beckett certified. I don't really mess with. I like to keep it with Beckett or PSA, but I will do a. I can't think of the other group now. JSA, I want to say it is. I don't like using businesses to do their own certifications. So if you ever see it, I'll even go with Leaf because and TriStar they're okay. But yeah, I mean it's pretty cool looking jersey. So I had a couple of them. The different ones are in the box is still in the closet. So I figured we'd try doing the jersey this week. So if you're into football and you like autographed jerseys, something to hang on your wall, I believe it came out of a Leaf product. 14 bit scheme. And that's the bad thing, Evan, is there are a lot of groups out there like that. And the easiest way I could tell you to get into the good groups is you have to know people, which starts turning into, like something that's kind of political. but build a reputation with yourself and them, because I don't really vouch for people because that's what they most of the big groups do. It's a vouch system. So, say I bring you into the group, I'm vouching that you're going to pay and ship well. Otherwise, it comes back on me. There's probably a handful of people that I would actually vouch for, either because I've known them for a while, I've done plenty of business with them. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars, and I'll vouch for somebody like that, because I know basic, I know their address, probably their phone number. I probably hold phone calls at least with them or some kind of conversation. But if you could start doing stuff like that there, it'll get you in them bigger, better groups. $30 for shipping's a lot for Canada. I still ship brakes to Canada. That's a little more expensive, and I just ask them to pay the shipping, and I whatever I print off the screen, I just shoot them that as the invoice. But 30 is a lot for one card. You could ship first class, and I want to say it's up to 9 ounces international USPS, and it's around like 10 to 12 bucks. But a Gold Series 2 Alonzo and eBay, they shipping. Ooh, I have a Series 2 Gold behind me, Quad 95. I forgot about that card. The other day, I was sitting there trying to figure out what that one card was that's hanging out way in the back there. And now that you said that, I know what it is. I've completely forgot about the card because I have a showcase that I keep certain stuff in, and I have another place to where I toss stuff in. But I was like the other day, I was like, "Is that Petey back there?" But yeah, I lucked out. I won this raw and it graded, but I knew the guy that was running it. Real nice, good card. Same thing probably you were supposed to get that got messed up. One of those things I hold on to since it's considered as like original rookie for tops. You know, my opinion is this. I tell people I always pay goods. There's some people that will send me friends and family. I have no issue with it. I let them. There you go. Buy a PSA 10. I let that on the person. I tell them they can send however they want. But if they send friends and family, please send me your address and email address so I can send the digital copy out by email. And it also starts going to the groups and stuff too. But I've never bought anything from Instagram yet. Facebook, but it's just because the groups I'm in, I don't really worry about somebody not shipping. Well, the big three groups, I should say. Well, yeah, and it deals with. I'm going to tell you why, Evan. I want to say it was about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. There was a kid about 16 years old, and he spent. This is no lie. Probably, I think it was like $50,000 to $80,000 on baseball cards. We're talking big, big cards he was buying off of people. Well, about 30 days later, all these people had uh, like a hold on their accounts for that money because dad found his American Express card and there were all these charges, so he thought it was hacked. Well, all these people came together, found the dad, explained him the situation and everything. So basically, he let all the it was probably because of the guy and his status, but he let all the transactions go and let everybody get their money. But there's so much out there like that. And if you there's a group, I would say just use it for information. Don't be proactive in it. It's called Sports Card Scammers on Facebook. It's a group where everybody just talks about being scammed, and you got guys on there like I don't know, I think they're like private investigators. They'll start calling people's businesses and every relative. It's insane. I go on there basically to look at for eBay people that are no pays or do chargebacks, and I just block them. But when you start reading some of the stories on there, it's really hard unless you meet that person like face to face at the younger crowd, because a lot of the people in the groups that I'm in, they're all probably 30 and up, easy by far. So, but when you start seeing all the time, well, I'm just a kid, I didn't know this, but you know, there's a lot of, I don't want to say use the word kid, but there's a lot of people under the age of 21 I deal with all the time. I've never had an issue. It's just how well they present themselves to me. But don't ever let that get you down and they don't take you seriously. It's, trust me, there's a lot of people that don't take me seriously either. I don't take a lot of what in some of these groups of people that think they're harsh and stuff, but just people joking around with each other. You got to think Breakers TV, and I can't remember what it was before then. Uh, I can't even remember. Vaughn TV. So everybody still knows everybody from back in those times, to where it was just a smaller group of people who were breaking and doing razzes on there. And over the years, you just start knowing people. You meet them at like the National Sports Cards Convention, but just build yourself a good reputation. I mean, even if it's by starting off by selling on eBay, it'll help because you can be like, listen, I got 1,000 feedback already, and I have no negatives and stuff like that. Plus, I mean, half the time you can go anywhere. A lot of people, you can ask them questions. They're more down to earth, I guess you can say, type deal, and they'll answer your question for you. My phone just went off, didn't it? Nope. Oh yeah, it did. Thought so. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk to some people today. Whoever had some free time, chit chat. And if you guys ever need anything, and I'm thinking about opening this up again to where I've heard a lot of people have issue getting hobby boxes, no LCS and everything. I'm gonna look into it. I have my licensing for basically the same thing the shops do, where you have to buy, and you don't buy. I don't buy directly. Neither does the local card shop buy from Panini or Tops. Panini and Tops sell it to a distribution center, and then they put in what they call pre-orders, and that's where everybody fights. And then you get your allocation, and then afterwards it's all in a resale market. So I'm gonna look at trying to get some stuff in, and I'll put in the store for you guys for personal box breaks. Here's the catch with it: Tops does not have I have like a limit saying you have to sell at this. They call it a map. So I can look at, where I got at and where like Blowout or David Adams selling, and try to find something happy medium, because there has to be shipping and stuff included. Panini is the hard one, because Panini's going to say this is the very lowest you could sell it for. Depending on the sport and the product, it could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. So I'm going to look at doing. I'm looking at getting some blasters and mosaic, and there was like three different things: fast break and regular. So we'll see if we start putting them in the store, or I'll just come live on Fridays. You guys can buy them and rip them and stuff. I can either ship them or rip them, I guess we call it. See, Charles, I had that one time too, and this is a long, long time ago. Early 2000s, I came back from Hawaii, and I was a recruiter in Pittsburgh, and for the Army, and I was doing security on the sides. Well, I had some good security jobs, and I wanted to buy this Nolan Ryan rookie, and he had the Nolan Ryan 91 upper deck auto, and it was both of them were graded. Now I had these raw already; I didn't have any graded. And almost the same story as you do. The guy laughed at me And I'm like, are you serious? I pulled out the roll that was in my pocket and I said, you just lost some business, buddy. And I walked away. I went down a couple rows, found a guy that had a Nolan Ryan rookie was grade higher, and he had no problem talking with me and everything. You just got those guys, man. They look at you and they don't realize it. I've set up in so many shows that I know it's not. It's all about my presentation of the cards to you. It's not about how you come in and present yourself to me. Unless you come in hostile, that's like a different story. But whether you come in wearing ripped jeans and a, you know, uh, old T-shirt, I don't care. I'll sit there and talk to you. I mean, the only thing I really ask for is just, make sure you have some deodorant or something on. I really don't care about anything else. But yeah, I I've done that plenty of times with the people walking by. I was before I started setting up in Lexington. I walked by and there were these three guys, and they had all these high priced cards, and I'll never forget this in my life. Anyhow, I was walking by, and I don't really buy much of Nolan Ryan anymore, just because there's so much of his stuff made since like 2000 to find autographs. Well, there was a Nolan Ryan 101 auto, and the guy had a Michael Jordan PSA 8 rookie. I know you were just talking about Jordan rookies. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick that up. So I asked him, and he looked at me and goes, oh, man, that's expensive. It's expensive, man. I said, well, what is expensive? Well, he started trying to rattle off and stuff like a couple thousand. I said, well, obviously it's a couple thousand. I just need to give me a price so I can see if I want to get it or not. Well, the way the tables were set up, like his backside was a guy that I knew at the time frame, and he ended up saying something to him. But I never did buy the cards. I was really interested into it, and this was probably, mm, I'm trying to think when my mom came down because I was still living in the other place, so probably about 3 years ago, easy. Oh man, yeah, those times there were some rough dealers back in the day. I remember going around and people would see I had a stack of cards and they were like, "Oh, I'll trade you, but you got to give me 200% value for my card." Okay, bye. I just never really let people get to me. There's times where I have gotten mad, but I just never really let it show, and I just walk away. Eventually, somewhere down the road, will be something better. Wild card auto max, 19 stadium. Well, that is rude for one for sitting there and throwing out prices like $1. Somebody probably should have hit you off onto the side of it and said, "Hey, this is what it's selling for on eBay, and look at that as a price." I don't know what it's worth or what those are selling for. I know people like the guy too. I thought he was. I would probably say he probably sells for a little more than $1. But yeah, they should not have done that. That's some guys being what I call a keyboard warrior behind the computer, and that's just not the way to do it. There's been plenty of times where I've seen somebody's card overpriced, and it's all depends on how you search for something. Some people might not put Bowman Chrome; they put Bowman. So there might be a different listing out there where the card's sold for more or less, whatever it may be. It's always be able to take it away from a big group situation because you're gonna have guys who just want to gang up on you. And that's just wrong. But see, I would expect if I went into a room and did something crazy like I don't know, let's say like that Tatis, probably like 25, $30, something like that. And I told somebody I was joking around, I wanted 300 for it. This for the TP giveaway. I got some extra TP. I definitely have extra TP. Hey, I'm telling you, before this even started, I bet you now it's been about 3 to 4 weeks. When I started first hearing this came in the United States, I already knew what was going to happen. I had a bad feeling, and I went and stocked up. Now, I'm not the guy that has the garage full of TP, but I got me like a 2024 pack roll. So, I mean, if you need me to send you a roll, I can do that now. The hand sanitizer part, I don't have much of it, so I got to hold that. Don't feel like it. It's really hard to. And when I was a kid, I'm gonna tell you, I'm 42, going on 43. We were all collecting baseball cards. I don't even know if Brian's still in here. We used to flip baseball cards as kids. Now, Graham, me and Brian, we live hundreds of miles apart now. He still lives like where I grew up at. I joined the army, moved all around. Said, "Hey, I'm staying in Kentucky now. I got tired of moving." But we used to flip baseball cards. We used to play poker, dice for baseball cards. But nowadays you don't. There he is. Look, Brian's still here hanging out. He knows what I'm talking about. Man, do you remember flipping them cards up in the air? We used to put the darts. Yep, darts and pool too with Kemmer. But we used to, instead of putting your good card in a top loader, we put like a freaking, we called them common cards back then. That's what they were in Beckett and Tough Stuff and all that. We would flip these suckers up in the air, and it would either show up like uh, face first or backwards. So if I landed face up, in order for Brian to win, he had to match me face up. Man, we used to do some crazy stuff, but nowadays I don't see a lot of kids, or I don't want to use the word kids, a younger generation, 21 under into it. I might catch them a Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. Maybe that's the cool thing. I don't know, but I mean, stick with what you like. Don't let other people ever persuade you into, oh, that's just not cool. It don't matter. When you start hitting like, I know people already tell you this, when you hit like 30 years old, it don't matter no more what people think is cool. It really don't. If I could redo my life, I wouldn't have worried about being in the cool hip crowd. I probably would have instead. Let me show you. I have a master's degree now, and I didn't get it till a couple years ago. And I had a high GPA. I think it was like 3.85, something like that. That never mattered to me in high school. I would have studied and went to college early, got a good job. I wouldn't have cared about what girls were around me then because eventually they're all just looking for money down the road. I shouldn't say that. I'm so sorry, but but they're looking for somebody stable is where I should have said. But yeah, no. You might be the only person collecting cards in your school. That's good though. Somebody has to keep the hobby going. They really, really do. I forgot about darts, Brian. I really did. Man, Kimmer, like the long darts and the side darts and behind the back dart throw. God, I'm telling you, we used to do some crazy stuff. Oh, I don't think it's going to be bat down Acuna. I heard it's going for a pretty penny. It's a really hard SP to hit. That no number Vladdy, you could thank Gary V on why it jumped up. He was buying the crap out of them, and it spiked all of a sudden from like a $80, $90 card to 150 to 180. But I would probably guess it'd be more of a Vladdy route than a bat down. And I'll be honest, I'm not a big opening day person. I didn't even know if I knew he was SP'd, I probably could have picked up 2 or 3 cases of that stuff. Every year I have an allocation for it, I just don't take it because it's cheap. For me, I think it's like 22. Well, it would have been like $22. I think a box 24, something like that. If I'd known that, I'd have gambled it on it because I bet you there's at least maybe one a case. Again, if you just logged in, you're not a subscriber yet, please do hit that subscribe button. Giveaway is already posted the video ago before this. It goes through Sunday. Sam Darnold, autographed jersey by Beckett, authentication. We're going to be giving away that Mickey Mantle right there, dead center of your screen. That I should say this next coming week for a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Try to do something a little bit different every week to give away. I'm one of the firm believers cards have gone way up in value. It's really hard to start collecting with the prices unless you got money. It's really bad by saying that. So I'd rather try to give away some stuff for everybody to get for their collections or hang on their walls, whatever it may be. I bought one for $65 and then I pulled one out of the Mega the next day. I figured it was about one a case. Oh, yeah, I could see that them coming out dinged and in badge. Hey, thanks, Alfie. I appreciate it. You know, some of the packs are just so hard, and I wish I had a pack of cards that I could just open right now. If you guys that watch the Topps Chrome Sapphire, watch how easy I am opening the packs up. So you got guys that are in breaks and stuff. They're just pulling in packs so quick. My thing is, I think that it kind of takes away from the corners or edges. I don't know. Might just be me. And then you got some guys that'll take them and they slam them in the top loaders real quick. I can't do it in front of the camera. I'm afraid because I'm going to hit the camera over. So you see me take it off the side and I'm hitting there, pushing it in there, and I'll tap it down, and then it's there. But yeah, I think the packaging itself is bad on some of the Topps products. You have to really watch on them. Oh, no problem, Charles. And if you need a link to those savers, but it's PCW, they're SR1s. That way you can put your cards in them. They'll work pretty good for to you. Want to either get them graded or whatever. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a good, safe weekend. Stock up if you haven't either for some water and stuff. A lot of places are doing that shelter in place coming in. Ah, thank you. I'll talk to you later, man. Yeah, I didn't even realize what time it was yet. 8:40, 8:46, huh? I guess I surpassed my half hour on here for once. I don't know. I just have one of them things. I don't know to stay on long with when I go live when I'm not breaking nothing or no. I just come hang out. But just a recap, in case anybody's just popped in and out. Store was restocked to the best of my ability for the past 2 days. Thank you again, everybody, for. It was a lot of packages, a lot of cards out, and a lot of them back in. I'm going to continue restocking through the weekend. So you just pop in, take a look. There might be some new stuff in there, might not be when you get in there. But I guarantee you, I have a goal. I hit my goal today where I wanted to hit it between 50 and 75 cards, and I just barely made it into my goal area. I'm going to try to get a lot more in there for everybody. Again, if your area is affected by a shelter in place, and you're afraid to have your cards mailed to you because of it, I had two people reach out to me. I have no issues holding on to your stuff until then. Hey, have a good night, Evan. Anytime with the information, man. Anytime. Stop by, just chat on out. I'll help you with whatever I can. But if you need me to hold them, I'll hold them. I'll bear until this whole virus thing is kind of calmed down. My area is good right now to where we're still able to do a lot. There are some stipulations in place. If it would come down to where we are sheltered in place out here, I will push an email out. So if you subscribe on the website to the emails, you'll get that. A YouTube video will come out, and I'll link it to everything: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and everything. Just something I won't be able to control onto that. So it'll just be holding mail here until I'm allowed to use the mailman again. But I am going to take everything down. There was another order too just came in. I'll get those down out of here in the morning. So those will be out through the post office system. I'm going to try to go pick up some more shipping supplies since Amazon's taking a week to deliver. They decided that toilet paper, hand sanitizer, cleaning supplies are more important than everything else. I kind of got it, but in the same way, when you have a business account and pay for the memberships and all that, I mean, I can understand taking an extra day, but man, I'm hoping it shows up Sunday. It's saying it's been pushed out one of my three orders. They divided up in three for some reason, but I'm gonna pick up some stuff. I'm gonna get like I'm probably gonna put this in the store. Everybody just so everybody knows it'll be. I don't know. I'll probably just list it at the last eBay sold price around there, and you guys still have a 20% off code through Sunday night, 11:59 p.m. In case somebody's interested in that cool piece. And I'll throw some more stuff in there as I do promise I will. I got tons and tons of stuff to go through, and you guys are helping me get my huge box of PSA BGS grading stuff because I want to grade everything. I guess I didn't realize I was hoarding that much stuff, but getting it out to you guys that can maybe either get it graded or show some love in the collection with those cards because I didn't even realize I even had half of them, to be honest, when I go through them. I know. My dog's looking at me like you are a hoarder, and I think she probably wants probably dinner. She's on a messed up schedule, but that's everything. I believe we talked about the store being recapped. We did a quick little opening of some stuff I got in the mail. The Mickey Mantle Dead Center on Your Screen autograph is going to be a giveaway next week for 2,000 subscriber giveaway. We'll come live Sunday night, give that Sam Darnold autograph jersey away. That there is a link down there in the description to that video, or just flip back. You'll see it says YouTube subscriber giveaway 20-08, and it'll say like Darnold autograph jersey or something. Certified by Beckett. We'll get that out to you guys, whoever wins that on Monday. And I think that's really about it for tonight. I'm going to go and start looking through some stuff to get you guys into the store. And it takes a while to picture. So, like I said, if you guys are hopping through the store and wanting to look, you're more than welcome to now with what's in there. But keep an eye out through the weekend. I'll be adding stuff in there all weekend. Other than that, have a good, safe, and healthy weekend. And if you need me, you can take me up on email. It's always in the description. You can hit me up Instagram, which sometimes I don't get the messages, Facebook, whatever. Tomorrow I'll be breaking 2019 Topps Inception, the Monster Den on Facebook. So a little bit busy this weekend, but I will promise I will get back to you. Old fan, you have a good night too, Brian. No, Charles left, Evan left already. You guys all have a good night. I will see you all Sunday live for the giveaway, 6 p.m. Eastern. Good luck to everybody. And as always, thank you for the support. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you all later. Have a good evening and a good, safe, and healthy weekend now.